binary and non-binary.
Huh?
I'm gonna bring in a friend to help me out with this one. You ready to meet them?
Oh, yes, friends! New friends!
Hey there.
Hello!
Hello!
Teddy, this is my friend Emmy. Emmy actually helps us out with queer kid stuff.
Yep, I make the puppets and help make everything look good.
Oh, cool! Hi, Emmy. I've got 2 questions for you.
Shoot.
What are your pronouns and how do you identify?
So today we have a double feature of queer kid stuff, and we'll be going into why teaching children about non-binary genders and gender expression is a good idea. Now, I cover queer kid stuff a lot because her target demographic is so disgustingly young that it really pisses me off. I dislike when ideologues target young children, as it just makes it so much harder to unbrainwash them when they grow up. Because, oh, you know, it's Lindsay and Teddy, they're nice, why would they lie to me, right? Disgusting, Lindsay. You are a disgusting person. So let's jump into it.
I use they, them pronouns, and I identify as transmasculine and non-binary.
That's our new word!
It sure is, Teddy.
Emmy, can you help Lindsay tell me what non-binary means?
Absolutely. You're going to talk about what the binary is first, right, Lindsay?
Yeah, I think that's the right place to start.
So whenever I watch queer kid stuff, I always wonder why they think these topics are appropriate for young children. But then I remember, in communist regimes, they generally get the young children to actually lead/guard the adults, as they're easier to brainwash, so it all makes a little bit more sense. You can't get anyone, say, above maybe 13 years old now to believe in your ideology, so screw it, why don't we just target the 3-year-olds?
So, it's actually pretty simple, Teddy. The first part of the word binary is bi. Do you recognize that?
Yeah, like bisexual.
Exactly. So binary has to do with 2 things. Bi means 2. Those 2 things have to do with gender.
The binary is about boys and girls, that boy and girl are the only 2 genders.
But that's not right. There are they pronouns.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you! Get out of here right now!
So I am never going to use the they pronoun, as you are not a hive mind, you are not a Borg collective, or a group of people, and it makes no sense when you read it out. I have seen progressives try and use the they pronoun, and A, they always mess it up. They will refer to them as a he or a she at least once, and 2, it completely confuses the comments section, as even the progressives don't know what the hell is going on when you refer to one person as a group consistently. It makes it unreadable.
Exactly right, Teddy. That's actually what non-binary is.
Non-binary means that you aren't part of the binary, that you fall outside of or somewhere in between boy and girl.
A lot of people who use they pronouns identify as non-binary, like me.
Oh, so non-binary is another word for someone who uses they pronouns?
Exactly.
Yes, that keeps me up at night. That and the Loch Ness Monster, global warming, evolution, other fictional concepts.
So this is why I find this channel so disgusting, as the child's supposed to empathize and relate with the teddy bear. As it learns and grows, so do they, and thus it's just another manipulation tactic by Lindsay and her friends to brainwash young kids, her target demographic. And this just makes me feel so glad that I grew up in the time before these ideologues had completely taken over.
Does that mean I'm non-binary too?
Maybe. There are some other words people use to describe themselves when they are non-binary.
Yeah, some people use gender creative.
Or gender fluid.
Or gender queer. Actually, do you remember our friend Claudia from our intersex episode?
Oh yeah. She said she's gender queer.
That's right, Teddy. Is there a word that feels right to you?
Ah, yeah, that's definitely a question your target demographic needs to be asking themselves, Lindsay. If they're a boy or a girl, or maybe they're a Super Saiyan warrior, I don't know. Why don't we just let the 3-year-olds decide, right? That can't go completely horrifically wrong whatsoever. Hopefully I'll link it on the screen, but people wonder why people coming out as transgender, it's increasing exponentially. I read the study that's hopefully on the screen right now, where it was 50 about, say, 2014 or so, and now it's over 2,000 in the span of a couple of years. And people wonder why this is when you have ideologues like this making very young children question whether they're actually a boy or a girl.
I don't know, but I really like our new word, non-binary. It's just so much fun to say.
I like it a lot too, Teddy. It took me a little while to figure it out, but I'm really glad I found this word.
So after going through this video, and every time I stopped on a situation where the guy on the left was looking at Lindsay, it honestly looks like he wants to have sex with her. Now let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but it really does look like there is longing in those eyes.
Thanks for having me on, Lindsay.
Good to have you on, Emmy. See you around.
Bye, Emmy.
I'm really glad Emmy could help me teach you what non-binary means.
Spit on the non-believer boys. Spit on them, Buddhas.
Anyway, that's video 1 down. Now let's jump over to video 2, no more gender roles. Now I wish I could say this was less infuriating, but it's Quick Hit stuff, so every one of her videos is just complete brainwashing propaganda.
Alrighty, Teddy. Today we're talking about gender roles and stereotypes.
Those don't sound like a lot of fun, Lindsay.
Well, yeah, you're right, but we can make it fun. Gender roles and stereotypes are all about rules, but sometimes, not always, but sometimes, rules can be broken.
Ooh, are we gonna break the rules?
Well, lucky for you, Lindsay, we live in the West, so if a guy wants to wear a dress, he is perfectly free to do so. He might be laughed at a little bit, but that's about all that is going to happen. This is not, say, the Middle East. And I like how you say rules. If there's some figure dictating these rules about gender roles, and if a guy or a girl deviates from them, they will be punished. You are putting ideas in young children's heads that is just fundamentally not true.
Do you remember how I said that anyone can express themselves any way they want, no matter their pronouns or gender identity?
Yeah, I remember that, Lindsay.
Okay, well, not everyone agrees with that.
What? Why?
Some people think that only girls should be feminine and only boys should be masculine.
I have found our new commander and Queen, my Buddhas. He will teach us the way.
And they're perfectly free to believe that, Lindsay, as not everyone is going to agree with your particular worldview, and as long as they are not encroaching on you or your rights, then you really shouldn't have an issue with it.
What about androgynous?
Sometimes people get confused when someone's androgynous. Sometimes people get confused about me because I can look and express myself androgynously.
They get confused?
They get confused about my gender, about what gender I am and pronouns I use.
But you can't tell someone's gender just by looking at them. They should just ask your pronouns.
That sounds kind of dum 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 dum.
I really hope that young children don't start conversations by asking for the other person's pronouns. That's so incredibly cringy, Lindsay. Plus, to me, you just look like a girl with a shirt and a tie. You do realize that women can wear shirts and ties. That is not just the men's clothes. And thus, yeah, maybe people are getting confused because you just look like a normal girl.
So, gender roles and stereotypes have to do with these rules, that girls should be feminine and boys should be masculine, and everyone should be either a boy or a girl, nothing in between. And it's not just about your gender expression, it's about other things too. Have you ever visited the toy aisle in a store before?
Of course I have.
Okay, well, some stores have a boy's side and a girl's side of the aisle. Have you ever seen that before?
I guess so.
Well, that's a part of gender roles.
No, it's actually marketing, as guess what? Boys like a certain type of toy, and girls like a certain type of toy. And oh my gosh, hashtag not all. It's not like there is some massive barrier that if a woman tries to go into the, say, boys section, they get blocked off. They can buy the racing car instead of the doll. And I remember that Lego tried to make their toys gender neutral, and women just wouldn't buy it. Thus, they had to specifically aim Lego toys at young girls. So do you see the problem here? Reality will not fit with your ideology. I'm sorry, Lindsay, it just won't.
That certain toys are for girls and certain toys are for boys.
But that doesn't make any sense. Can't I just play with whatever toys I like?
Exactly, Teddy.
Please, be our queen.
Queen.
Lindsay, if we live in a world where that guy can be queen of the Ugandan Knuckles tribe for, say, about 10 seconds or so, I think that kids can play with whatever toys they want. But if more boys want to play with cars and more girls want to play with dolls, that's completely fine. And guess what? Those girls that play with the cars, they're probably going to be very well liked by the boys. It's a known joke in WoW. If you want free stuff, you go a female character. It's because a lot of guys play, they might not interact with women as much, so yeah, it's completely fine. But everyone acts like gaming and just society is aimed against women when it actually seems to be the opposite.
It's just like gender expression. You should be able to express yourself any way you like, and you can play with whatever toys you like, no matter your gender.
I don't like gender roles, Lindsay. They sound kind of mean. I don't like other people telling me what I can do.
Okay.
Hi, honey.
Oh really, Teddy, you don't like people telling you what to do? Well, guess what? I don't like people telling me what to do either. Most people don't like people telling them what to do. Especially when it's a bunch of insane ideologues that try and force people to call other people by random made-up words, and if they don't, they may be fined or go to jail. And the whole reasoning behind it is offense. So, I don't think this particularly fits in with your narrative, Lindsay, as you love to tell people what to frickin' do. Your whole movement does. It's based on that.
I know, Teddy. Gender roles aren't fun, but they're really important to understand because they're kind of a big problem right now, especially when it comes to bathrooms. That's where people get confused about gender the most.
What? But everyone uses the bathroom.
Exactly, Teddy.
Okay, maybe he's a little angry.
My thought on the whole bathroom issue is if you look like a guy, use the guy's room. If you look like a girl, use the girl's room. As it's not just about the person. Just say a mum with a young daughter doesn't want to have to explain to said young daughter why a 6'3" man in a wig is using the ladies' room, okay? For all of human history, we don't seem to have had a problem with this particular topic until you ideologues came along. And no, I don't think it is an incredibly pressing issue in society that we have to deal with, Lindsay.
Peeing shouldn't be so complicated.
Yeah, gender is complicated, but peeing shouldn't be.
Exactly. Do you understand gender roles now, Teddy? And why it's important to know about them?
Yeah, I think so. I want to get rid of them. No more gender roles. No more gender roles.
I definitely agree with you, Teddy. We actually have a song all about gender. Want to hear it?
Yes, please.
We didn't need those. So, all done?
So if you're new and you're wondering why I get so incredibly frustrated by this particular YouTuber, well that's because Lindsay is the type of person that compares communism with sharing ice cream. An ideology that has been responsible for over 100 million deaths, untold suffering, is like sharing ice cream. That's fantastic. But yeah, no more gender roles, no more gender roles, it's just pathetic.
Gender, let's not get in a fender over gender, alright. Remember, asking someone what are you is tender, not right.
Yes, Lindsay, if you walked up to someone on the street and were like, what are you? That wouldn't be very nice. Good song there, you're teaching kids valuable lessons, I see. Anyway, that's about all I can stand of Queer Kid stuff for today. Thank you, as always, for the support that you have given me. I've just hit 8.4k subs, which is incredible. I'm changing my Patreon perks a little bit. I'm going to be doing some one-on-one live streams with the Patreons. It seemed like it worked really well. It was a ton of fun last time, so I'm going to be doing that again. So, yeah, if you can support me, go check that out. I'll be doing some more live streams. I want to apologize to the people that waited around for me yesterday for the live stream. I had some personal business come up. It was unavoidable. I've got a Flash Feminist video. Also, I'm trying to set up a Dragon Ball FighterZ tournament. It will probably be a weekly or bi-weekly sort of thing as soon as I can afford Dragon Ball FighterZ. So that's going to be a ton of fun. If you have the game and you want to be a part of it, please, Facebook, Twitter, Discord. Hopefully I've done a little promotion thing for it at the end of the video. I'm not sure if I've got around to it or not by the time of this recording. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you all later.